Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I will be sharing the luxury bags that I am loving right now. Keep in mind I did just purchase a bag, so these were other bags that I was heavily considering prior to purchasing the bag that I did buy. I will formally do an unboxing video once that arrives and I can't wait to show you guys. Without further ado, let's get straight into this video. One thing to note before we start though is that the bags I will be showing today will mainly have the same type of style and functionality because I was looking for a certain type of bag. I wanted it to be a shoulder bag because I already do own two crossbody bags, and I just was looking for something that had more of the traditional kind of under the armpit type of shoulder functionality and kind of the length of the strap versus what I feel like is more and what people enjoy more now, which is more crossbody and maybe long shoulder. If the bag could do all three, that's amazing, but just to let you guys know, the bags that I was looking at, I was really looking for that type of aesthetic and look. The first bag we will be talking about, and I think it's a little more under the radar. It's really, really nice. It's from Louis Vuitton. It's the Louis Vuitton LockMe BB in the color Greige. They do come in black and a few other more, pastel, brighter colors. But I do love this bag. I love Louis Vuitton's leather. I know they are most known for their canvas pieces, but one thing I really, really enjoy are their leather pieces. I think they make really, really nice leather. And one of the reasons I love this bag, it's more, a little more low-key in terms of how many people own it and even probably know more about it. It does have the chain strap, which I love, but it also has a leather piece, so it's a little more comfortable on the shoulder. When you open the bag, it has the LockMe, hence its name, but it has the turn lock as a mechanism to open the bag. And when you open it, it's filled with pink microfiber, for at least for the Greige. Obviously the other colors come with different cloth interiors, but it is a microfiber interior. It has one slip pocket, very small. You could probably put like a wallet or your phone, and then kind of a slightly bigger pocket. So it's like two compartments, but still open style, so they're not, there's no zipper in the pocket or any other compartments within the slots themselves. One of the things I really loved about it is that it does have that chain strap, which I think is just really nice, and that's kind of the style I was going for. I like this chain. I didn't want an all leather strap. I love how it's not as mainstream in terms of, I think a lot of Louis Vuitton, most time people purchase their canvas pieces, so usually their leather pieces are just a little more unique in the sense that you're not going to see a lot of people wearing it versus maybe more so their canvas pieces, because that's what they're known for, and they've kind of built their brand on selling a lot of canvas pieces. One of the reasons I love it is the soft, it's such a smooth, soft, buttery leather. And I love the pink interior. I'm a huge fan of pink, so anything with pink inside, pink on the outside, it is definitely gonna be a plus for me. And then I love the turn lock. And then it also has a zipper in the back, so it's really, really nice. And I think it's definitely something to consider if you're looking for, this type of style, but maybe something that's not as seen on everyone. I think it's well priced at $2,570. I think that's in line. I know you can get like a Chanel Classic for $5,800, so it's definitely more affordable in terms of price point compared to similar counterparts. But yeah, I think it has a really good price point for what it is, and it's a really nice, I would say it leans more toward the fancy, dressier side of things, but I think you can still make it casual as well. The next item we're going to talk about, and again, you're going to see some similarities across these bags because I was kind of looking for a certain style. And the next bag is the YSL Lulu in small. And again, pretty similar. I was looking at the dark beige color. I wanted something more, like the caramel fall colors. I have already a black bag, and I already have a brown khaki bag as well, both Louis Vuitton. I really love the YSL bag because, one, its price, I think it actually just increased in price because I think it was right below $2,000 and now it's $2,050, so I think it's slightly increased. But one of the reasons I like YSL as a brand, I think especially if you're kind of just getting a taste into luxury, is that they have a lot of promotional pricing at department stores. So about a few weeks ago, Saks was doing the gift card event, and if you spent over $2,000, you got a $600 gift card, and YSL was included. So I think even though when you look at Louis Vuitton and YSL between the two bags I just mentioned, it's about like maybe a $600, $500 difference, but the thing with YSL is you can get promotional pricing and that price can lower. Versus with Louis Vuitton, the price is what it is, and they don't do promotional pricing. Really, if you kind of want that same look, I know it's slightly different, but it does have the chain strap, it does have the leather. It's a magnetic closure, so instead of it being a turn lock, it is magnetic. It's chevron, it's a chevron quilting pattern. Again, very soft leather as well, but it's slightly different. You can even see in the pictures. It's other one's a little more pebble leather. This is more, you know, soft and smooth. Both still very soft on their own, but the way the leather was treated is different. Again, YSL comes out with their seasonal colors, and they also have their own classic colors for the bag. It is bigger. I would say the YSL Lulu is bigger. It has bigger compartments. It has a zipper in the middle and then 2 side compartments. I liked both. I think, for me personally, I think I leaned more toward the Louis Vuitton bag, but I think if you're looking for something that's kind of similar and you don't want to spend a ton of money and get promotional pricing, then I think YSL is the way to go, because I've heard at least good things about that bag. I know there's been some other issues with their other bags. I know I had a wallet on chain that had a factory issue, and then I ended up getting a full refund for it. So there have been some issues, but again, with all these brands now, I feel like there's issues with any one you get, so it's really luck of the draw and kind of your experience on the brand. But it definitely is something to consider because they have really good promotional pricing at department stores, and if you can get a really good deal on a really nice bag, why not? The next bag I want to talk about, and I have had mixed feelings about this bag because it really is so pretty. I wish they had more of a shoulder capability. So this is the only one where I'd say that doesn't have the traditional, like, kind of under the armpit shoulder functionality, but I just love the look of it. I feel like it screams kind of my lifestyle, how casual I am, what I wear. But that is the Chanel 19, and I know this is a more, you know, newer style that Chanel released a few years ago. I believe it was the last designed by Carl before he had passed away, but I really enjoy it. It has such a nice, like, casual look, but I think it can also go fancy too if you have it in the black, and they make it in lambskin and goat skin, and it's really nice. It's really luxurious. If you feel it in person, it has like that like pillowy feel. The interior is fabric, so if you open it, it is like a, you know, fabric lining, burgundy, at least in the black one. Again, has a turn lock. That chain is actually it's not one chain color, so, you know, usually you get like silver hardware, gold hardware, maybe like a ruthenium hardware. No, this is a multicolored hardware, and I believe it is gold, silver, and ruthenium, or I might be pronouncing that wrong, but like gunmetal, but it's those 3, I believe. And it's a really nice style bag. The only thing is, it does have a top handle, but you can't actually wear it on your shoulder because it's a very tiny, like height-wise top handle, so you can wear it like this, and I think it's really aesthetically pleasing for pictures. But I think functionally, you'd be wearing it either crossbody or long shoulder. I did try it, and it fit me fine crossbody. I would say I would lean toward the small, which retails at $4,800. I think any bigger would just look really big, especially because the design's like very fluffy and pillowy. So even the small kind of had that like bigger size feeling. Again, it's just like one big compartment, which I don't mind. I don't need a lot of compartments in my bag. I'm a minimalist when it comes to how much things I put in my bag, so I don't need a big bag at all. But I just love the design of this. I think this is something I definitely will look for in the future because I just really love the design, and I just think for Chanel, it's a very casual bag. And I was looking at a few bags in Chanel that I would say are worth kind of the price point, but this was the one that spoke to me the most. The last bag I will be talking about is the Dior Saddle Bag. This is something that I've always found really cute. I think it's kind of like the aesthetic and style I was going for, you know, like that literally like right under the shoulder type of bag. And I really like the style, but the only reason I haven't actually went through with purchasing or really looking at it any deeper than just seeing a picture and kind of seeing how it's styled is because of the price. So the price itself, just for the bag, I believe for the small version, they do have it in a mini as well, but the small version is $3,350. And I know personally, and I feel like most people, when you buy the bag, you want to buy the straps so that you can make it crossbody. And the straps are another like $1,100. So that easily pushes the bag into, you know, $4,500. And to me, I just find that really, really expensive for what it is, because, you know, obviously this is a bag that they've created, and they've reinvented it and made it, you know, like just like a lot of brands, you know, retro, vintage, and you bring it back. And personally, I just don't know if I want to spend that much money for something that I might get tired of after a few years. So it's something that I've just admired from the distance, but I don't think I would ever myself go through with purchasing it, just because I have those reservations on, is it worth the money? Am I actually going to enjoy it years down the road? And, you know, that's something that I do look for. I want to make sure that I can maintain my investment in the piece. And I know a lot of people don't like calling these investments, but, you know, there is a value to them if you want to sell them, and certain brands hold higher values, and you could just see that in the market. I mean, that's not something that is not easily visible, that, you know, you can think of Chanel, Louis Vuitton, obviously, and Hermes sell a lot better than other brands, just because of perception and people's demand in the brand itself. So when I was looking at this, I know a lot of people don't really sell them, so there's not as much of a market for it. So I think currently, if I try to sell, I think there would be like a market to be able to sell it fairly quickly, but in a few years, would that market still be there? And that's something where I've had my own reservations on, and whenever I buy anything, I obviously want to keep it, but I want to make sure that if I ever change my mind, I'm not out thousands of dollars, just because it's a lot of money. And, you know, I think you can still buy what you want to buy, but, you know, go into it knowing the consequences. Like, is this going to be worth 50% less? Is this, you know, are you going to feel confident getting back what you paid, or, you know, just losing a few $100s? Like, you know, those are all questions, at least for myself, I go through when, especially purchasing a bag. I think with jewelry, I'm a little more lenient. I think jewelry maintains and holds its value fairly well, but at the end of the day, you're not going to be making money off jewelry, because they have been pretty consistent with their lines. They're not discontinuing a lot of things, unlike bags where there's some seasonal colors, and, you know, there's certain bags, or maybe the leather produced in a certain year is of higher quality, or people just gravitate toward it more, versus jewelry is pretty much, it is what it is. But I feel a little more confident even spending my money on jewelry, because I know I wear it a lot and I get a lot of usage out of it. With my bags, I personally don't get as much usage out of it. I work during the week, and now especially I work from home, and even when I was working, I wasn't bringing out my bags, like my nicer bags. I would just bring a Longchamp and just keep it very casual. So that's something that I don't see changing anytime. So personally, if I'm gonna buy a bag, I only want a few, so that's why I only have two right now, and I'm gonna have a third. But I also want to make sure that the price I'm paying makes sense for the amount I'm going to use it. And if it's already pushing it, at least resale wise, does it make sense then if I ever were to sell like that difference? It's just something that, you know, is my thought process, and, you know, some people could have different opinions, but of course I'm going to always share with you guys how I'm feeling and my thoughts about what I'm purchasing, or, you know, my thought process on buying luxury, because I think it's a conversation that people like to hear, you know, different people's experiences, and I would love to hear your thoughts below on kind of, are you more a bag jewelry person, and do you look at the secondhand market as a determination of whether you're going to buy a bag or not, or are you more strictly like, if I love it, I'm going to buy it, and I don't care if I lose 100% of my money, or, you know, I'm just buying it and I have no intentions of selling? I would love to hear your thoughts, because I think it's a conversation worth having. That's pretty much it for this video. I wanted to share my top 4 bags that I was thinking about. So obviously there was a 5th, and that 5th one I did purchase, so I'll have an unboxing video where I kind of just tell you more, well, I'll discuss more about kind of my thought process, why I ended up buying that bag compared to these 4 bags, and any other details I think are necessary to, you know, really paint the picture of why I purchased a bag, because I think you might be surprised, you might not be surprised on the purchase. I'm excited, so we shall see, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!